such an exciting 15, 16 years for me because I was actually working non-stop for 10 years.
How do you look back at Aamir Khan then and now?
He's a lovely guy. I've done 2 or 3 projects with him. The problem in today's world is everyone has kind of a very dogmatic view of life. Everyone has a dogmatic view of feminism. And I don't think anyone has the right to tell me what feminism is. The rhythm has to be fantastic. The pace has to be good. And at the same time, you have to bring emotions in and laughter in. So I found that balance was fantastic in this series. Hi, I'm Kitu Gidwani and you're watching Bollywood Hungama. Do subscribe.
Welcome on Bollywood Hungama, first of all.
Thank you so much. Nice to be here.
Tell us something about Potluck Case. A very interesting promo. Did you enjoy working in it?
Oh, I loved working in it. It was smooth sailing all the way. We shot for 18 days, and the whole atmosphere was very nice because as a family, 8 of us gelled perfectly well, and the writing is also very refreshing, which makes it very easy to work. Because if you're working 12 hours a day and the writing is not good, then it becomes an effort. But the script was brilliant. They really worked hard on the script.
Right.
And in a family drama family comedy like this, where everything is interior, nothing is out. So it's basically you and what you're saying to the other person. It's just interactions. You need a lot of variation, right? You cannot allow it to be boring, dull. The rhythm has to be fantastic. The pace has to be good. And at the same time, you have to bring emotions in and laughter in. So I found that balance was fantastic in this series. So that was really refreshing. It's a slice of life, everyday urban middle class, and touches on topics that people are finding, which are grappling with nowadays, like, families, nuclear families, not seeing your parents, not seeing your siblings for months on end. So it was really, I think, just human. It's a human comedy.
All right. And what are your views on this entire OTT wave that we are having right now? Do you find it fascinating?
Absolutely fascinating, because each channel has its own vision and its own, goal. And so every channel is making different kind of content, and there's so much available now for actors, writers, directors.
You've had a rather unconventional sort of career in terms of you've done television, you've done movies, but you've not allowed anyone to just bracket you in terms of, and you've been a model as well. You've never allowed anyone to bracket you in terms of that, she's a film actress, she's a television actress. You've done all sorts of things, and you've been successful right through your journey. How do you sum up your entire journey so far?
Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, I think it's been very interesting. It's been very creative. I'm always trying to reinvent myself. And I do think I'm extremely versatile, because I love being on stage. I love television. I love film. So, and I think I'm equally competent in all three, which not many actors can claim to be. And I feel blessed because I can do all three. Like, for example, if I feel, for example, my television work is not very satisfying, I do a theater project and then I get my kicks on stage. I get the occasional interesting feature film to make. I've done work abroad in Paris and London, and I work in Hindi in India, in my home country. And the Indian television film and industry has been very kind to me, because they've allowed me to experiment in my own way. And I know that some people tend to want to put you in a box. They feel uncomfortable, but then I always say that's their problem. For me as an artist, my goal in life is to achieve my potential. I cannot control the world. So I feel that I've lived my life on my own terms, and I'm extremely proud of that.
And you're also referred to as the actor who was opposite Aamir Khan in his first ever film.
I don't define myself by that at all.
I'm just saying that it's 1984. How do you look back at that?
For me, it was just a piece of cake. I didn't have a big role. I was studying, I was doing other films on the campus with other directors.
Hmm.
So I was spending many months on the campus. I did some amazing work. I did two gold medal winners films, Shabnam Sukhdev and Rajan Khosa, 2 different years. And so I was already there and I was enjoying being an actress for those students. And then Ketan came along and said, would you like to do my film? And it was all a party, really. It was not serious because my role was very small.
How do you look back at Aamir Khan then and now?
I don't think I want to comment on that. It's not an important part of my life. He's a lovely guy. I've done 2 or 3 projects with him.
Of course. And what does fashion mean to you in your career?
Again, a groundbreaking film, and I'm proud to be part of it. I think it was an extremely well-crafted film,
Right.
and again, it was quite close to reality. I wouldn't say some of the over-dramatized bits were not necessarily that you can debate forever, but I thoroughly enjoyed making that film and hanging out with all those wonderful actors.
Do you at times feel that maybe, say, if we talk about movies, do you at times feel that maybe you are underutilized? The sort of
Oh
roles
yeah,
that,
I want to do many more movies. But then the
Right.
roles have to be worth it. It's not, nothing is important except for the role and the director. So if it's not a good role, I can let it go,
Of course.
I won't
And
do it just to be in the movies, if you know what I mean.
no, of course. And as far as your television journey is concerned, you've been a part of an era when television had a huge reach because there was none of the other none of the other channels per se, and there was a massive reach as far as audiences of television is concerned. What are your memories of days when you started off television and the fame that came along with it?
Oh, it was such an exciting 15, 16 years for me because I was actually working non-stop for 10 years, non-stop. So I would never be at home. So as a model and I was in stage, modeling, and television at the same time, and a couple of feature films. It was a superb, very exciting time, and I had some amazing roles: Junoon, Swabiman, Khoj, detective series, Air Hostess, and in between there were a couple of very interesting series. Actually, I did many interesting series with different topics, different directors. It was different genres. So till about 2000, it was an amazing run.
Okay, and are there any attempts of bringing back those serials? Because I think they can pass off as series now on maybe any OTT platform, like Eros, for example, or Swabiman.
Swabiman, unfortunately, is on YouTube. I don't know why the makers have not put it on another platform because it deserves to be
Of
put on
course,
another platform.
of course, I've seen all
Then
the.
my first TV series called Trishna, which was amazing. Of course, the production quality is not great,
I
but it
remember
was content, very dense content because it was Pride and Prejudice and it
Right.
was a beautifully dealt with. It was a family drama, very beautifully dealt with, and that should be actually on a platform. Shaktiman, my comedy series with Mukesh Khanna, was on Amazon Prime.
Okay, so things are
Prime Video.
happening. All right, and you were also part of an era when writing in television was given a lot of importance. Maybe today people are not happy with the sort of writing that is going into television currently. Not the series, but say television serials. So how do you look back at the writing in television serials, and do you think it's important to have good writing, considering you are from theater background?
Oh yeah, I mean, any sane person will tell you that whether you're doing a film or a series, first what is on the page is important. You cannot make things out of thin air. So there has to be a proper exposition, proper ups and downs, the pace, the graph, and I think it's coming back with OTT, right? Because we are exposed to the West, and
OTT
they've
definitely.
they've gone far ahead of us in terms of writing. So I think like our writers and filmmakers and producers here are realizing that content is it. which is what I always thought from for 30 years. Content is it, because you are nothing without a good script and a good dialogue, right? There's nothing, it doesn't exist.
Something about your experiences of working, say, in English plays or and even French, for example.
So in London, I did a play which was very successful and professionally made. And in France, I did 2 feature films. And the second one was very well received. Again, it was a very tight script. It was a kind of a dark comedy, which the French do very well. It has a fabulous cast with Johnny Depp and Charlotte Gainsbourg and all the major French actors. And I had a cameo role in that. And it was an amazing performance just to be in Paris and to shoot.
I was watching one of your interviews, and you said that you got into like first serious relationship at the age of 22, and the guy was two years younger to you, and the relationship ended in around 2.5 years, and you were the one who ended that because you fell in love with someone else, and that you've done things at your own terms and conditions. Why has it been important for you to do things at your own terms and conditions and live life by your own rules?
I think that should be an imperative for every person on the planet. How can you live your life for somebody else? I don't see how anyone can do it, because if you're not true to yourself, you cannot be true to anyone else.
Right. Okay. Now, there is a lot of discussion around women empowerment today, feminism, and at the same time, we keep on hearing about a lot of incidents where women are not treated well. Now, looking back at your journey, how have you personally dealt with the issues of women empowerment, and what has been your definition of feminism?
See, I don't think that you can define feminism, because each woman has her own a journey and her own definition of feminism. So I think that the moment you start, the problem in today's world is everyone has a kind of a very dogmatic view of life. Everyone has a dogmatic view of feminism. And I don't think anyone has a right to tell me what feminism is. So my definition of feminism, like I said, the two go hand in hand. I do what I want to do as a woman in terms of work, life, family, relationships. And feminism follows, because if I know what is right for me as a woman, I will never allow anyone to take advantage of me to the best of my ability. So I think that I don't think any group or organization has a right to define what feminism is. And yes, there were path-breaking feminists in the West, like Susan Sontag and Gloria Steinem and 3 or 4 fabulous women. And there are also amazing women in India who are empowering women. Yes, I think that we have to take what we can from those ideas, right? That Betty, I forgot her name, Betty, the famous one, Betty, somebody along with Gloria Steinem. In those days, maybe they needed to make a strong statement about what feminism is, because there was so much of oppression. So it's like a revolution, and maybe this bra burning and whatever. So you take your good ideas from intelligent people and you live by those principles. But nobody can tell any other woman, any woman, that this is what feminism is and that is not what feminism is. So my feminism is being true to myself. And if I feel that this person does not suit my life, I have to shun that person. As long as you keep your power, your own power, I think you're a true feminist. Hi, I'm Kitu Gidwani and you're watching Bollywood Hungama. Do subscribe.